Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone had a good Christmas and I want to wish you a happy new year coming up. I'm not in Southwest Florida anymore. I'm in the Midwest US and it's not bad outside. It is 52 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's not Florida. And I've been here for a little while. I have my mandatory Midwest cold coming on, so I don't know if you can tell that, but yeah. But I do miss my orchids. So what I wanted to do today is a little bit unusual, and what I want to share with you, I want to show you, is how I zoom with my orchids, how I can see what's going on in my orchid, in my collection when I'm not there. And what happened is a few months ago I installed a video camera at the back of my house that kind of oversees my orchid collection, and it's hooked up. It's just mounted to a post. I had to run the cord through the through the attic and into a plug in the attic, and you got to be a little careful about that because at least in Southwest Florida the attics get really hot. And what that means is that the components have to be resistant or tolerant of the high temperature. So I had a little bit of issues in there. I could only go up in there certain times of the day, certain times of the year. And what I found is that I actually had to replace one of the components that I think failed because of the high temperatures. So just be aware of that if you want to do that with your own collection. You just got to have an understanding of where things are, and if it gets hot, or if you need to have, I have an indoor-outdoor camera. Just make sure that you do your homework if you're going to install a system where you can see what's going on in your orchids. Now, my camera, what it allows me to do is just get a general overview of what's going on. I can kind of see the individual orchids in my collection, but not really well. But what I wanted to do today is, show you and me that system and how it works, and some of the limitations of that, and what I can see or not see. So let's take a look. Now, first thing is, again, like I said, my camera is mounted just to a post that's at the back side of my house that oversees the collection. The camera itself can move a little bit. I can control that remotely. But I can see, it gives me a nice overview of my collection, at least the plants at the back of my house. So let me connect and we'll take a look and we'll kind of walk through what everything looks like and what I can see. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to find, but let's see what happens. Okay, so this shows an overview of the orchids in my collection, and it doesn't look like a whole. Now, you can't see a whole lot, and it doesn't look like a whole lot's going on, and it's not. There really isn't too much to see here. But so what you can do, you can move the camera a little bit. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm zooming in. And then you can see it's set up for, it's not a really high resolution. It's set up for 5 megapixels, but you can't see a whole lot. You can see, for example, I don't know if you can see right here, this is my Maikai that's blooming, and if we move over here right behind the pillar, this post right here is my Sherry Baby. So Sherry Baby is blooming, and let's see if I get a little bit of a different angle on this. You can see, oh, there it is. You can see what the Sherry Baby looks like, and if we look a little bit, oh, we got a visitor here that's on the Sherry Baby, and let's take a look at we can get really close to him, and let's see what's going on with him. Well, yeah, no, this is a video that I had of that I took a long time ago that was in my collection that I never used. You don't get this level of resolution. Back to real world and what these things look like. So this is a high Mac, and you can see it's not great, but it does give me an overview of everything that's going on in my collection here. I can move the camera a little bit. I don't want to do that, but let's zoom in, and you can see some things. So I have, you can see on the top of my pergola, this is the back view of my pergola with my shading material here, but you can see I got some blooms here. You know, this nice purple flower right here. I've got the yellow here. This is, I think this is Cornelia calipana. Nell Hammer is over here on the other side of the screen. That's in kind of the middle right now, and you can't see a whole lot, but you can get a general idea of what's going on. What I can see here, so this is right here where the arrow, my arrow is pointing, my cursor is pointing, this is Kong's, let's see, geez, I can't remember the name of this. I'll put it up on the screen, but this is an orchid that wasn't blooming when I left Florida, and it now is. So this is nice to be able to see that. But as we look around, the main thing that I got this camera for was just to get a general idea of what was going on. Another orchid right here growing on my fence. There's another one, you can barely see the yellow here. This is one of my Vandas here. This is another orchid right here. Chialin is right here. Some of these I remember, some of them I don't. There should be clear stars right here where the cursor is that should be blooming or close to blooming. And again, this is not great, and I'm sorry to kind of show you this and share this with you, but I just wanted to be able to get an idea of what was happening. It's more along the lines of, there's a Presidium right here where the cursor is. I just wanted to get an overview of what's going on. Looks like my basil right here needs some water. The plant's getting big in a little small pot. So I can contact my neighbor and just say, okay, go over here and this needs water. But everything, the orchids are good. I just want to see, like, if something fell out of my pergola, if something is hanging on pergola on the hanger, I can contact a neighbor or an orchid growing colleague in the neighborhood and send them over and say, take a look. This is a tomato. You can't tell even, but I know this is a tomato plant. It's growing big. This is a dwarf tomato. It's only supposed to get 2.5, 3 feet tall at the most, and it looks like it's already there. So this is just, things here are doing really well. So and this is what I do. I go through and I kind of zoom and take a look at my orchids and see what's going on. And then, once I'm sure that everything is okay, I'm good. And just kind of a short look. I've had colleagues that have had cameras where they mount them right over their orchids, and you can do that. I don't have power that goes out to my orchid pergola, but you can use battery-powered cameras and you can shift back and forth. Your wireless has to go outside all that distance. My wireless doesn't. I'm not sure it would make it all the way out to the pergola. I know it makes it to the pillar that the camera's mounted on. But I've had people, again, that have shown me a video of their orchids that they look at remotely, really close. They have cameras mounted all over the place, and I'm not quite into it. I just want to get a general overview of things and what's going on. All right, that's all I have today in this short video. I just wanted to, again, give you a little bit of an update of what's going on. I also want to tell you that I'm excited about my next video. Because it'll be a New Year video. Yay! And what I want to do is tell you a little bit about what I want to do with my channel, the direction that I want to go with it. And I've got a really exciting visit coming up that I want to share with you. And so I've just, it's a new year. It's a time to, make some changes. And let me know if you think you want to see something different on my channel. I am the plant propagator. And so what I've been doing is mostly focusing on orchids. And I'll continue to focus primarily on orchids, but I want to bring in some propagation of other plants, because that's where my background is and that's where my history is. And I can bring that in and tell you a little bit of a different angle, give you the scientific view of how propagation, how it works, and that's what I like to share with you. And again, that's my background. So I want to change direction just a little bit. Again, still mostly focusing on orchids, because that's what I do and that's what I enjoy. But I enjoy really all plants. So anyway, I'll share that with you next time. I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you can click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. All right, that's all I have for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.